Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, and you're listening to the Brats and Beard Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brats and Beers Podcast. This is another episode of your favorite guys here. Tonight we have a little bit of a change. So Cody is with us. Drew cannot make it tonight. His daughter's birthday is tomorrow. So he is currently vacuuming his basement, I believe. I'm not really sure. Maybe making cupcakes. Who knows what he's doing? But we have a special co-host joining us tonight. It is Walter Holland. So give it up for him, Cody.
Woo!
Let's go. So Walter,
love that energy.
Yes. So Walter is a former colleague of mine. Worked at the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lynx together. Walter, you are still there, and then Walter also just started his own sports agency, which we're going to get into a little bit here too. So thank you for joining us, man.
Yes, no problem. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. We were talking a little bit before we started this, but Walter is originally from the California area and grew up in the Bay Area, right?
Yep. So born in the Bay Area, raised in Sacramento, which is just a little east, about an hour and a half east of the Bay Area.
Awesome. So I know we already talked a little bit about it, but let the people know who you're a fan of across the board. Well, let's hear these teams. You can start with the hottest team right now if you want.
So I'll start by saying the Minnesota Lynx. We love that.
There you go.
Love that.
That's fair.
The rest of my teams remain in California. So the Lakers, it's not good. I'll tell you, it's not going well. Then we got the Niners, which we fared well, but
we
didn't make it all the way. And then in baseball, like the Giants. So I was up north in Sacramento, so I just chose the San Francisco teams.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, the 49ers don't sit well with us Packer fans over here, so it's a little rough.
Nah,
we could just bypass that whole conversation, honestly.
Well, no, it's kind of a tough road for us, too. I was actually just talking to my brother about it the other day. It's like we've lost we've probably lost the most Super Bowls in the last 10 years.
That's true.
Out of any other team.
Well, yeah, I guess what's worse, like
Seahawks,
making it to
Ravens,
the
and
Chiefs. What would you
Man.
rather have, making it to the Super Bowl?
I'd rather make it to the fucking Super Bowl. Like 10 times out of 10, it would suck ass to lose in the NFC Championship everywhere like we do.
Yeah.
It's like
at least I have somebody to go for in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like let me down at the end of the Super Bowl because all Super Bowl week I'm so bummed because we just got let down so much, and it's always like Jimmy Garoppolo of all people to take down Aaron Rodgers and the Red Hot Packers. It's like
we have to sit there all week and convince ourselves that we're just excited for the commercials and the halftime show.
Yeah. we can bet the coin flip.
Yeah, just the dumbest shit. God,
that's
I love
hilarious.
it. Well, thank you again for joining us. Yep. Can you kind of talk a little bit about Holland Sports Group? That's what it's called, right? Holland Sports Group.
Yeah.
So let us know like when you kind of started this, whatever everything is kind of behind the scenes and what's going on right now.
Yeah, so I've always known that I wanted to do more than just work on the team side of sports. So, started giving more and more thought to it. And then COVID hit. And once COVID hit, it really like put my back against the wall a little bit. And I was like, at any moment I could get fired. So what are you going to do, Walt? So went ahead, started Holland Sports Group, which is a sports agency, focusing on serving women athletes, and really just like did all the research that I could. Figured out that I did not need to go to law school in order to do it. So I was like, okay, bet. Let me start right now. So started it in 2021. It's really just like in the early stages still. So I have my website, got the domain, all that fun stuff. It's licensed. So I am certified as an agent with the WNBA, but really just like working on the endorsement side for right now. Trying to get players who are playing overseas and now even college and high school endorsement deals.
Yeah.
That way they're able to make some money off of the court, since it's obviously, pretty inequitable on the court.
Yeah. What's that approval process? Like, was it hard to become like a certified agent or?
No. So I've been telling everybody, I was so excited.
Just send a check.
I was telling everybody, I was like, hey man, I'm an agent, I'm certified, all this. And everybody's like, well, what was the process? It was really easy. So really just I go on WNBPA.com, which is the website for the Players Association. And there's literally a link that says how to become an agent. So basically just followed the steps there. Really just had to fill out an application, which was a few pages, then do a background check, and pay my dues. And so in total, it was about $1,000. There's the application fee was $250, and then I think $750 for the annual fees to be an agent. And so, yeah, here I am. The process was just, the approval process and background investigation. That took a little while, and then hearing back from the league. But I think it might have turned out to be about 5 months before everything was set. And here we are.
You should have went for that law degree. Then you could try to get Brittney Griner back in the States, try to negotiate something over there.
Yo, that is crazy. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how much I should talk about it. It seems like they're like the league and even the Phoenix Mercury are being really, really quiet about it. But I think they're doing that intentionally. And just trying to, kind of work behind the scenes in order to bring her back. But
I think that's more like a government
really,
level,
really
honestly.
wild.
Yeah. I'm sure they're trying to pull some strings though. Like there's gotta be something they can figure out. Like just such a weird situation. Like,
I would agree. Like, what if she's being tortured? You never know.
Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah. Hope not.
Yeah.
She's probably torturing them. Let's be honest.
she's
a beast. They're trying to send her back. They're like, shit, man.
She's just dunking on everyone.
I'm sure she's holding her own in there for sure. She's got to be holding her own. I'm sure she could. She's probably boss dog in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know you probably can't dive too deep into it, but I believe you have some prospects or some stuff coming up, maybe that as far as like endorsements. I know you said you're doing a lot in that, but as far as like continuing to grow, like what's that process looking like right now?
Absolutely. So like as far as NIL, which is the name, image, and likeness deals that are allowed now for amateur players, it's like really, really cool because you're starting to see things that are just like super unique as far as ways for players to become paid. So now we're just like working, and I even just came from like the quarterfinals, Minnesota quarterfinals, watching a lot of the girls play. Mm-hmm. But right now you're seeing like all the things. Everybody's wanting to support women. Everybody's getting behind the women athletes now. And so you're seeing deals from like Dunkin', you're seeing them from Starbucks, you're seeing them everywhere. So it's just a matter of like reaching these brands and kind of like, you obviously don't want to do it blindly or without purpose or intention, but just, figuring out what these girls are passionate about. Mm-hmm. And then, obviously building the relationship with the brand, bringing them together and seeing what they can make work. And a lot of the times I'm finding that these athletes are just wanting to be, treated well by these other brands and given things for free. They don't even want the money that much. I'm like, I mean, we could be doing more, know, but a lot of people are just like, like, shoot, if I could get some free socks, like I'm good.
Just give me a gift card to Starbucks every month. I'll be happy.
Exactly. But then, so I do have a couple of people who are overseas, and then they're like, one's injured and one's just done with her season and going to come back. And they're both in Texas, the ones that I'm talking about. But once they come back at the end of the month, it's just going to be like a long run of promo and kind of build in their brands, because that's what brands want to see, is that these players have reach and are actually,
getting
popular
out there
and going to bring attention to their brand. So
Yeah.
trying to build their brand. So we're going to do a bunch of promo, a bunch of videos, things like that to last the whole year. So once they go back overseas, we're constantly putting out content. And then from there, once their brands grow, and obviously we're working with social media people as well.
Yeah.
But once their brands grow, then we're able to do bigger deals.
Yeah.
One
That's awesome.
player, used to be in the WNBA. And so she's trying to work her way back there. So we're even working to see what we can do about training camp offers, things like that. But also trying to get those shoe deals back. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. No, that's really cool. If you ever need, if you ever have any of these girls that are coming back and they're trying to get their name out there, we don't have a huge audience, but we'll have them on the podcast if you want.
Oh, for sure.
We'll do some shameless plugs for some brands too. I don't care. we'll take them in our post. We're good.
No, I'm taking you up on that for sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it. We'd love to sit down with them for sure. Do you I guess what's the range look like as far as like the age and where all these people are at? So it's like, I'm sure you're looking at prospects now. Is that high school? Is that just college?
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? And then as far as like current players, obviously overseas and stuff,
I'm looking freshmen in high school all the way through about 30, early 30s, maybe 32, 33. You really like, it's actually good to get in with veterans because they kind of know the game. They know who they are a little bit more. They know, how the game works. So it's a lot better working with them, as well as like cheaper too, because if you're going through like the whole draft process or anything like that, it's just going to cost a lot of money. And, getting them to New York, getting them dresses, getting them hotels, all this fun stuff that you need that goes into a draft. So I'm actually like methodically trying to avoid that and get either veterans or set people up for the future who are just in high school right now. Then, they could get a little bit of money on the side. But,
yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Or, oh my God, I'm getting old. I forgot what I was going to ask.
Holy shit.
This is bad, man.
I'm going to jump in there real quick. I got a
it.
question. Is it considered like a conflict of interest, what you're doing with the Lynx and also having like an agency?
So it would be if I signed somebody who's on the Lynx or if somebody was on another team and I brought them to the Lynx. Otherwise, there's no conflict.
Just tiptoe around that a little bit.
Exactly.
Right.
And then obviously, if there's somebody who's, a big client and there's a big opportunity there, I would definitely bring them to the Lynx, and I just have to, step aside here. But
yeah,
when that time comes, it'll come. But
yeah,
in the meantime, no conflicts. We're just working around it.
That's pretty cool.
Do you have to travel a lot for it? Are you doing a ton of travel or?
With this now we can meet like this.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to a lot of people either through like Instagram video or FaceTime.
Okay.
And Instagram video more so for people who are like overseas, just because they'll get like charged for that stuff. But yeah, we'll do a lot of video calls. I'm not doing too much traveling. I like to travel in order to like, watch players if I'm like recruiting or trying to find the other talent. As far as like meetings and meeting with their parents, things like that, I can do that on the phone.
Virtual. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I remember, looking back into like when I was growing up, I'd look into like being a sports agent, and like you'd talk to a lot of them or hear from a lot of them, and they're like, yeah, like you travel all the time because it's like virtual meetings wasn't really a big thing back then.
I know.
Like, COVID changed the game.
With COVID. Yeah, for sure. And like even in my role here, like with coordinating events, we were like, yo, how can we have events if there can be no contact? And then so we got on Zoom and Teams pretty early, and then it kind of made my job here really easy coordinating events for the last couple of years, but now we're back to in-person things. So
yeah, for sure. Wait, Cody, were you saying something? Couldn't hear you.
You couldn't hear me?
No, we can't hear Cody. Can you hear Cody?
No.
You broken, Cody? Oh,
can you hear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, there you
Better?
go. Yeah, that's
Yep.
good.
How long you been running the agency for?
So I would say since like June of 2021.
So how is it like as essentially a new agent? Because you got to build your own brand, and then you got to.
New.
So how does that process work when you're approaching these athletes? Like, do you sell it like as like a new and upcoming agency, or you try to get your foot in the door type of thing? How does that play out?
Yeah. So I sell it as a new upcoming agency. I'm like right now, I'm using my resources here to, have some sort of leverage. Although a lot of the pro players that I know, with the Lynx or even in the WNBA are represented and they're happy with their representation. I'm never trying to like poach anybody or take their clients, anything like that. But, I am putting that bug in their ear. Like, yeah, I'm a new agent. I could use all the help I can get. If you know anybody who's looking, who's unhappy, who can use a lot of attention, I'm here.
Yeah, that's a good viewpoint too.
And able to help. So using my resources there, but then also just like trying to get out there as much as possible, doing things like this, but also going to games. I attend all the girls' high school I can, just to, be that face out there, but also talk to parents. It turned out like there was this guy who I knew for like 3 years and had no clue he was the father of like one of the top 50 players in the country, actually.
Wow.
And so just that was like a blessing in disguise. So we haven't done anything yet. There's no ink on paper yet, but just like building that relationship with her and her family is like a lot easier now, just because I've been going out to games, meeting people in person.
Yeah. When I guess at those games, are you just like at the end of the game, do you just join the high five line and hand your card to all the players as you go past them?
No, I definitely have cards, but usually like I sit in the front and I'll have my computer. So usually I'll have like a roster up and then I'll have a Word doc up taking notes.
Awesome.
But then I'm also like looking around like, okay, who's clapping really hard? Okay, that must be this person's parent. Like, and then like toward the end of the game, I'll like go up to them and be like, yeah, like what brought you out? Like, good game, just making talk. But then learning a little bit more about the parents and kind of taking that route as opposed to, approaching high school girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
you might want to watch yourself
if
there.
I'm just going to be doing that. But so yeah, definitely trying to take the right avenues. And then if I know coaches, I do know a few coaches in the state of Minnesota. So just going, talking to them, and they're putting me in positions to succeed.
How closely are you going to be watching the tournament? Like how important is the women's tournament for you starting this week?
So very, very, very important. For me in particular, I'm not looking for the players who are going to be drafted this upcoming draft.
Yeah. Not Paige Bukers or somebody like that.
Draft is just in April. I know all the, players who are going to be drafted are already being represented by bigger names, as well as like, have their eye on certain agencies that they want to be a part of. But I'm rather looking for the diamonds in the rough. So I would hope to find players who are like, sneaky good, a little bit under the radar. Maybe if they got a chance to join a training camp, they can actually make a team that way as opposed to being drafted. Just because the draft does get really expensive, but also those players who are going already kind of, know what they want out of an agency.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cody, you got anything else as far as agency goes?
Were you guys talking about the NCAA tournament? Because I know the Minnesota State girls tourney this weekend too, right?
Yeah. So I was talking about NCAA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the one
I have been at the girls tourney games, and they've been so good.
I know they got a lot of D1 prospects that are in the Final Four or going into the Final Four or something. I heard
for sure. Like Hopkins in Minnesota is just by far the best team that I've seen, recently, as well as like in years past. I can't think of a team that's been as well put together as Hopkins is. And they've got, a few players going D1. And so, yeah, they're looking really, really good. I've seen like a lot of other players who have like a lot of potential and hopefully, could probably end up going D2, but then honing their game, maybe transferring D1 later down the line. But I've seen some good players out here from the girls' high school tournament.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like, we can. You want to talk about some general sports topics and stuff going on right now? So, with you being a Lakers fan, I mean, we can start there if you want. I mean, what is going on with the team right now? I mean, I just love. I mean, I'm not a LeBron guy. I'm not a fan of his.
Such bullshit.
You've never been a fan of LeBron?
I was.
His password to all of his accounts are LeBron and then a combination of numbers. So don't let him tell you. And that's not even a lie. He's like, oh, I'll remember it because I hate him.
It used to be. No, it used to be because I used to be a fan of LeBron. So
okay.
Most of my passwords have changed now, unless they're really.
Well, when did you stop
passwords.
being a fan of LeBron? How do you stop being a fan of LeBron?
When he did the Miami, I'm headed to South Beach thing. I kind of lost respect for him. And he just, ever since then, he just, in my opinion, has just turned into a whiny bitch, and I just can't stand him. So I'm not a fan. I liked him when he was young. I just can't deal with LeBron now. But I mean, to each his own. But you're more of just a general Lakers fan, so I'm sure you're happy LeBron's there. But are you a LeBron fan, or how do you feel about him?
I am now a LeBron fan. So I'm the opposite, where I used to like kind of hate on LeBron. I always knew he was like, okay, he's LeBron, he's great, like he's really, really, really good. But I grew up a huge Kobe fan, so I'm like, no, nobody can pass Kobe. If somebody's threatening to pass Kobe, I'm like, I want that to stop. Like, But I got over that, and obviously he came to the Lakers.
Brought you a chip.
Brought us a chip. He really did.
I just love seeing like the other night when he went off, and they won't. Oh, what did he score? Like 50 or I forget how much.
56, I think he dropped something like that. Crazy.
So puts that up. Everyone's like freaking out, like, "Oh, the GOAT is still here! Oh my God, this is their turnaround!" And then they just lose and just get destroyed like their next like 5 games. It's just
crap the bed. Like it's. I mean, it's embarrassing. It physically hurts me watching them play sometimes, and it's like mostly just the effort, not just him. Like if one person's showing, bad effort, it's not gonna cost you the game all the time. It's not gonna, make you lose by 30. But it's literally 4 out of 5 guys on the court not showing any effort. And it just really hurts.
It's tough to watch, man. I mean, that game the other night, they have 12 points in the first quarter. That was a rough start.
When the Suns throttled them in the first half, that was brutal to watch too.
That was tough.
They killed them, and then like Toronto killed them the game after. Like,
what do you think of like where Westbrook's kind of at right now? I mean, obviously that dude can't hit a jump shot to save his life. Honestly, there's a lot of close shots that he can't hit. I don't know what's happened with him, but what's your kind of opinion? Or
it's crazy. It's even layups. Like it's really like on some Space Jam stuff. It's crazy because like, or like even maybe it's something like a Markelle Fultz situation where it's just like, oh shoot, like what happened to my shot? Like,
it's a mental thing at this point almost.
I think it's a LeBron effect. I think honestly. I think LeBron can either really boost a player, or I think he can really break him down just with the fact that, like, think of what Westbrook's been doing. He's been averaging a triple-double for the last 2.5 seasons, but he's been the main dude. And now you got to go into a side role with one of the best players in NBA history.
And you have this old balding guy yelling at you all day.
That sucks. I know. I think it plays a factor. And, like, I used to be that dude. And I still think I am, but I gotta like play second fiddle to this guy. And you see that he's balding.
But he's still
shit,
like,
you're like, what the fuck?
He was second fiddle to James Harden and still getting the triple double.
That's true.
I think because they were more like mutually exclusive. Like, like they were both kind of sharing the spotlight. I think that's why it didn't work with them either. Well, look at anywhere Westbrook went. He didn't like sharing the spotlight with shit. He didn't even like sharing with KD, so I guess that's just his fault.
I think Walter was onto something when he said the Space Jam thing. I mean, LeBron did make the new Space Jam movie. Like, I think something might have happened there. I didn't watch it, but I don't know what happened in it.
So it was a different plot. It wasn't like, old players are getting their powers sucked out of them, but it was more so like, it was like a video game, and they gave these other guys like incredible powers.
Okay.
But,
okay. Interesting.
I mean, it is super sus, like how he used to do that mid-range pull-up all the time. He'd run down the court, pull up off glass. Like he can't.
He's in the shot clock now with us.
Did you see that?
Like literally.
I miss, like, he used to come down for like the most thunderous dunks. Like, he'd just be on a breakaway and would just dunk. And now he's like losing the ball in midair. Like, it's just like, what is happening?
He's losing the ball in the air. He lost his touch. Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, I've seen people lose their athleticism.
Yeah. But
people don't usually lose like their touch.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to the hoop and just throwing them at the glass.
Yeah.
Like,
you
at
think
the bottom of the
is
rim.
he tanking?
Like, what are you doing?
Is he trying to get out of LA? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, there's a theory. There's a theory.
Because it's like, how do you go from being that dominant with a basketball in your hands to fucking? Was that in warm-ups when he went for that, like, off the backboard, hit it off the spot?
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah. And he just looked at it and he was like, what the fuck?
Like, oh shit.
I watched something on Netflix called Moneyball, and it was like based on this player at the University of Arizona some years back, probably like 20, 30 years ago now. And he was just like going to Vegas, or he was just like throwing games pretty much for this guy, and he was getting paid for it. And I'm like, Russ looks like he's throwing games.
Russ is Moneyball.
Russ is Moneyball. He's literally throwing the ball to the opponents. Like,
we're hitting the under every game.
Yes.
Damn, that is brutal.
I mean, I don't want to change topics, but it reminds me of those videos of Calvin Ridley after the betting stuff came out. Did you see those where he'd catch a pass and then he would run backwards like 8 yards? And it's like he had some money on his under receiving yards in that game or something.
Yeah.
just
That's
wild.
what it feels like.
Wild. I guess who else do you kind of pay attention to? Like, I'm a Bucks fan. Cody's a Bucks fan. We got Brooke back. We got George Hill back. I mean, they're still looking all right. Pretty solid, actually. I mean,
I think we're one of like the hotter teams in the NBA currently.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty well.
Low key, I think we won 8 out of the last 10.
I don't know. Those Timberwolves are pretty fucking hot too.
That's true.
Timberwolves are hot. Are hot.
Very hot. I don't think it'll carry them far.
We were on a 6-game win streak and then lost to the Magic, which was sus.
Yeah.
But then came back and beat the Heat, which the Heat looked really, really good. I actually pay attention to everybody, NBA, WNBA.
Yeah.
But the Heat look really good. Bucks, I'm loving the Bucks. Bobby Portis turned himself into freaking Ray Allen out there.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Big Eye Bobby just hits everything now.
I know. But then, now with Brooke back, you have like another big defender in there. So
yeah,
if you end up playing the Sixers or something like that, you can hang.
Yeah.
But they're looking good.
They've looked pretty solid. We appreciate you guys beating the Heat because that's the only team in front of the Bucks right now. So we're trying to get them as many L's as possible.
Where are the Wolves sitting right now? Aren't they like 5 or 4 or something?
They were 6.
6? Yeah, I think you're 6.
Okay.
Creeping
like a good lock at 6. Hopefully we're able to clinch 6 that way. We don't have to. We get to avoid the play-in.
Because play-in 7 through 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Lakers are fighting for 10 at this point. You also don't want to see them in a play-in situation like that.
A 2-game lead, I think, for that 10 seed. Is that considered making the playoffs if they make it to the play-in game?
And then lose?
So I would think you have to get past the play-in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the bubble season. Like, did the Suns make the playoffs technically? Like,
I don't know. I just saw before the season started, someone put $5,000 on the Lakers to miss the playoffs, and the odds were stupid. So like $5,000 is going to pay out like $480,000.
Jesus.
And
Oh
like
my God.
I know that dude's just sitting there like put in Westbrook,
Yeah.
put in
Told you.
Westbrook.
Damn, I wish I was that person.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The Suns
God.
is a crazy story though, yeah, because in the bubble they freaking won like
They
their
won every
last
game.
7
They
out
were-
of 8, or they won
they
them
won 'em
all.
all.
But
Yeah.
just
Won every
avoided
game.
making the playoffs. I think like Portland or something just made it over them.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy.
That was crazy, and they've been good ever since.
They've been very,
Yeah,
very
they have.
solid.
Who
Very
won that year?
solid.
Was that Lakers year?
That was the Lakers.
Yeah,
The bubble
bubble-
year?
bubble year.
Asterisk.
Doesn't count.
yeah.
It's like the
And then
Dodgers winning the
Suns
World
beat the
Series.
Lakers the
Doesn't
next year.
count. I mean, Cat just dropped 60 points. We had Kyrie and Durant drop back-to-back 50-plus games, which is insane. There's a lot of
And
scoring
then
going on
Kyrie
right
got
now.
60 again yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Well,
there's
when you play half the games, you get a lot of rest.
yeah, I was gonna,
Exactly. And I think he like treasures basketball a lot more now that he's only able to play half the games.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just
Did
like
he-
every time I'm just about to ball out.
I saw the Nets got fined because Kyrie went into the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was able to sit
Fined
courtside
50K.
2 straight days,
Courtside.
and then he went
You're,
on the
you're
court,
shaking their hands on the court right then and there.
but you can't
after
go in
the
the
game.
locker room.
He said he was going to get a press pass and just become a member of the press so he could go in.
It's fucking
Hey.
unreal.
It just doesn't make any sense. At this point, the rules don't make any sense for that shit. And I don't know. Something needs
Yeah.
to change. It's just
And
silly at this
the
point.
mayor over there is just like, we're not going to change it because of one guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not just because of one guy. You should change it because it's a stupid rule.
Because it's a dumb rule. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Explain
It
it to
just
me
doesn't
and then
make
I'll
sense.
understand it. Yeah.
Well, I was reading into that. There's an issue. There was like 1,300 city employees who lost their job because of the vaccine. So if he
Hmm.
changes the rule, they got to do something to give these people a job or compensate them. And that's the issue. It's like
And they
he
don't
doesn't
like
care
it.
about the Kyrie issue. He's like, oh shit, if I let Kyrie play, I got to let these 1,300 people come back to work and I got to pay them. And I
True.
think it's bigger than that one thing, but still sucks
Okay.
ass. for-
Comes back to money,
Well,
but Kyrie can pay that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a fine for $5,000 a game like they were talking. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not bad. That's not
We'll
bad.
do that.
Yeah. Anything else NBA you guys want to cover? Otherwise, we could talk a little bit about the tournament that's starting tomorrow. The NCAA men's
NCAA.
bracket is out. There's some games going on right now. The first four. There's a couple games last night. Right now, Wright State is beating Bryant 60-52 for the old 16 spot there. So.
Man,
Got a barn burner there. Might have to turn that on after this game, but
I wish I'd have had it. I wish I'd have taken the time to make a bracket.
still got
The
time,
last
man.
like 2
Still got
years,
time.
I haven't done it. I
Got
guess
till-
I do. I might make one right before.
Got
right after
till 11 a.m. tomorrow, I think, is first game. So you got some time.
Good.
Money apparently was pouring in on Duke to win the national title.
No chance.
There's absolutely no chance. I don't think they even make it to the Elite Eight.
Okay,
well-
let's not get too far ahead of
I
ourselves.
mean, Duke is still Duke.
yeah, we still got Coach K on the sidelines this year.
Yeah, Duke's gonna Duke, but
I
got
mean,
Gonzaga.
let's talk about Duke. Duking though, I think last couple tournaments. Maybe not the last couple, but a couple times in the last like 5 years, they've lost pretty early to some bad teams, haven't they?
This is coming from a very biased UNC fan. Where are you guys at?
I mean, they lost to Mercer. They lost to who was the
Where
other
you
team
guys
they just
at?
lost to? What do you mean where
you
we're
like
at?
UNC?
Like, how's it?
Yeah.
How's it looking for that UNC? You guys-
Where?
what-
We're in the tournament. We're playing Marquette first game.
Okay. Are
And
you
they're
sure
gonna-
not in the NIT?
They're gonna beat Marquette and then they're gonna lose horribly to Gonzaga the next game.
That would be a sweet upset though, because I got the Zags going all the way, so that'd break my
Me
bracket.
too.
Gonzaga's
Me too.
got to run the table. Like, I just don't see anybody beating them. They're so strong. Like,
I haven't watched enough of Gonzaga. I just can't get behind that.
Chet
Is that
Holmgren.
freshman Chet Holmgren? He's just
Chet, yeah.
he's like just a lengthy skeleton out there. Can
He is.
Is he a
Yeah.
shooter? Is he a presence in the post? What's he do?
He's
He's
got a little
everything.
shot,
He's-
but he's everything. Yeah.
All right.
Like he'll average like 4 blocks.
He's just got, like,
probably averaging
sharp
somewhere around
elbows.
4 blocks. I remember in high school he was averaging like a crazy amount of blocks. I was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
When I got to see him, I was like, oh, okay. He makes it look that easy. Like
Just swipe.
3
Yeah.
dribbles coming up the court and then a dunk.
All right.
Did you go to the game when LeBron's kid was in town? Did you go to that? Yeah, I was there too. I was like, I thought you went. I was like, yeah, that was fun to watch.
That was so fun. That was like obviously the most hyped basketball game I had been to until seeing down the academy out here this past year. So
Kuminga was there too. I always forget about that. He was in the game before, so it was cool to see him because he's playing a lot right now for the Warriors. So yeah, that was a fun little session of games there.
Kuminga, he might be rookie of the year. What do you think? I don't know.
He's been playing pretty solid.
There's a lot of good rookies.
I mean, Cade's getting all the minutes. Who else?
Yeah,
Jalen Suggs is. Since he came back
Suggs
from his injury, he's been good.
I think is he the favorite right now?
Suggs? No, Cade is.
He's Cade?
I would say probably. Yeah. I would say probably Cade.
Or is it Evan Mobley, dude? I think Evan Mobley.
Oh yeah, I would say Mobley for sure, actually.
Yeah, I think he's
because Cleveland's even doing really, really well, and he's starting. And
yeah, Scotty Barnes has been solid for Toronto.
Had another 30-point game too.
Yeah. So right now, Vegas has Evan Mobley at minus 500. He's the only one in minus. Then Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes are plus 750, and then Josh Giddey.
He's minus 500.
Yeah.
So they might as well give him the award at this point.
Saying it's a lock, apparently.
Yeah. I forget Jalen Green's. I feel like I thought he was a sophomore for some reason.
No, he's plus 10,000 right now. But
G League.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
He played G League 1 year. Same with
pretty good.
He was on Ignite, I think, that G League team, yeah. Josh Giddey, Franz Wagner, whatever the hell, Chris Duarte, Ayo, Jalen, and then Kuminga. So,
actually, that rookie class sounds a lot better now that you just listed them all out.
That's a solid class.
What I was thinking. Yeah.
Suggs isn't even on that.
I remember started out killing it.
Yeah. Suggs isn't even on this list.
Suggs was hurt for a while, I think.
Yeah, he hurt his thumb. He was out for a good minute. But since he came back, he's been balling. But then also now his minutes are getting bitten into because Fultz is back.
Fultz, yep.
That guy.
And Cole Anthony's still doing good too.
Yeah, he's solid.
He's got a lot of guards. But I'm hoping they could get Chet.
That'd be pretty,
They're bad enough too, aren't they?
Jalen Suggs and Chet back together.
That'd be awesome. Cool. That'd be really cool.
I'd like to see that. Otherwise, the Lakers could just keep losing to them.
Yeah.
They could get there too.
They need him because AD's always hurt.
Oh yeah, and come to think of it, Pelicans probably have Lakers pick. I wouldn't even.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who's the worst team in the NBA right now?
Is it
the worst?
Yeah. Who's at the bottom?
Like maybe the Thunder?
Oh, Rockets. So Rockets have 17 wins, and the Magic have 18.
Thunder have been playing pretty decent.
It's very doable.
They're 20 and 48.
Yeah, since Shai got back. Yeah.
Like recently, Shai's back. And
Cody, another. Thunder have been decent. They're on a 6-game losing streak.
Oh, well, Shai just came back too. Well, they always like get those stupid wins that they're not supposed to win, or else teams just play to their level once in a while. And whenever I bet against them, I always fucking lose. So
they're 2-8 in their last 10.
Not good. Don't they got a rookie that's decent too? Is that Trey Mann? Is he not a rookie?
I don't know.
Man is pretty good, but they also have Giddey.
Giddey's
Giddey.
Giddey's solid.
Yeah. But I'm impressed by him too. I think he's playing well.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing good as a collective team, but they got some pretty solid performers.
Right. No, seriously, I like a lot of players on their team, although they're not like Baisley. I'm like, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then
he's
Isaiah
solid.
Roby.
Yeah.
Like, he's good.
Shea is just like very inconsistent. Like I'll like pick him to get like over points, and then he'll like just do nothing. Like every time I pick him, he does nothing. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I think he's a future star though.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's good. He's good.
He is.
All right, let's talk a little bit. There's been some moves and stuff in the NFL. So actually breaking news here, Von Miller just announced that he's leaving LA and he's going to Buffalo. So
Did you see that? A 6-year, $120 million deal or something stupid?
Is it really?
I thought it was 4-year, 120. But
I
yeah,
just
it was
saw
like
a 6-year. I was like, what in the fuck?
Let's check what.
Yeah, I got NFL. Bills expect to sign Von Miller to a 6-year, $120 million deal.
I don't know if he got 6 years in him, man.
How old is he?
He definitely does not have 6 years in him.
I thought he was like on his tail end when he was going to the Rams. They're like, oh, he'll be good for third down situations, and now he just got a whole new career.
Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
That's impressive.
That's insane. They also signed OJ Howard to a 1-year contract. So
the Bills?
The Bills too?
Yeah.
I thought they lost J.D. McKissick. He went back to Washington.
Yep, he's back in Washington. What were some of the other moves? So did you hear about the one big signing? ESPN signed Buck and Aitman to be the Monday Night Football voices.
That sucks.
Didn't hear that one, actually.
We'll have to watch. I'll be watching that. What is it? Peyton and Eli doing their thing, so I don't have to listen to them.
ESPN 2.
Yeah,
that'll work.
Titans released Julio Jones.
That'd be a good pickup for the Packers, honestly.
Yeah, it could be
if he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
I would agree. Who did the? Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, who did the Browns just get? They got another receiver.
Amari.
Oh yeah, Cooper from the yeah.
Jarvis is out there too as a free agent now.
Baker put out his sad post yesterday after they met with Watson. You think he's gone, or where do you think he's going?
I think that the Browns laid it out there like, hey, we want Watson more than we want you, so he knows. But he still might not pick the Browns, so that's going to make a horrible culture in Cleveland.
Yeah. It'll be pretty awkward.
Like, he wrote his farewell, essentially, and they met with Deshaun, and then he picks Atlanta or some shit. Like, that would suck.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Cleveland thing, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. The Bucks, I know, Cody, we were texting about this, but the Bucks might have made one of the best signings, I feel like, so far for their team. I mean, after Brady announced that he's coming back, they went and signed Russell Gage from the Falcons. That's a solid. He's a step up from AB, I think, in my head. He's younger. He's a little bit faster, and they still got Godwin and Evans. He keeps his jersey on.
An aging AB. Yeah. He doesn't have those mental breakdowns.
Well, you need that.
Yeah.
They keep you humble. That's how the Jaguars spent all their money that they could today. On just random fucking people that would accept their contract.
I was like, Jags got a big signing, but no, it's just
a bunch of small ones.
It's just a bunch of whatever.
Okay.
And then they released Myles Jack, who I thought was like the cornerstone of their defense. So
yeah. What do you think of the Cowboys' approach to free agency? So they're essentially like out there saying like, okay, you guys go talk with the other teams and then bring the offer back to us and we'll match it or beat it. And then like, I think these players are realizing like we can just do better elsewhere. Like Randy Gregory, like apparently they thought he was going to sign with them. And then I guess there was some like little just details in the contract and he backed out.
The details weren't that little. Did you hear what the details were?
What was it?
It was essentially saying, like, here's your signing bonus. This is what's guaranteed in your contract, whatever it came out to for him, $80 million or whatever. And then there's like a subline that says, if you get fined at all throughout the NFL season, you can lose your guaranteed money.
Oh, wow.
And that dude gets fined on the weekly.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to lose his money in the first week. So, and I guess I was listening to, I forgot who the hell it was. He was like the GM for the Giants for a while.
Let him sign that.
Yeah, so there's like,
like
he's not, and they're like, the Cowboys came out and made a statement, said that they put that in every player's contract, but then Dak came out and said, that's not my contract. So now it's just a big, like, everyone's shitting on the Cowboys again.
God.
That's so funny.
But I mean,
like, I would appreciate being able to go and talk to other teams. But also, like, if I am the Cowboys, I'm like, yo.
Yeah. We fucked this up pretty bad. Yeah, it's not a smart move. So yeah, Broncos got Russell Wilson. They added somebody else on defense. I'm trying to remember.
They got a cornerback, didn't they? Oh, no, I'm thinking.
No, they got an edge rusher. I'm trying to think of who it was though. Somebody solid, and then obviously traded away Fant, Drew Lock. Bridgewater's gone, but I mean, I still feel like they're having a pretty decent off season. But what do you think about the Vikings? What do you think about like the Kirk Cousins signing? We talked a little bit about this. Actually, we had a big argument within our friend group about this the other night. But I want to hear from you, Walter. Do you think Cousins is overpaid? Did you like that contract? Like, what do you think?
Everybody knew he was overpaid as soon as he got the contract. And then, like, although, you know, nobody thought he was bad, but everybody was like, oh, you know, he's actually overpaid. And then once he got the money, everybody's like, he is terrible. Yeah. Although he's not, I don't think he's terrible. Like, he's just overpaid.
Yeah.
He's not terrible.
He's not terrible. We looked up his
QBR
from last year, which is kind of interesting to look at. So we looked at everyone's QBR, and there were 8 of the 12 quarterbacks in front of him are getting paid less money that had better QBRs from last season, which is kind of crazy. Even like Tom Brady, like he was making $25 million last year. So it's like just some of that stuff to look at. It just puts it into perspective. It's crazy.
Yeah, he lucked up.
Could the Vikings have done something like sign a Mitchell Trubisky and then spread the money around on offensive line a little bit? Do you think they could replace a Kirk Cousins with a Trubisky?
Didn't somebody just get Mitch?
Yeah, the Steelers,
baby.
Steelers.
Okay, yeah, Steelers.
Which they were talking about. They're like, this is a good. Who was it? Ryan Grant on ESPN. He's trying to tell me that it was a great signing. He's going to fit well, and it's going to be a really good move for him. And he's better than Roethlisberger. Trubisky is not good. So
you got to look at, like, he was in the Bears situation. Like, nobody thrives in the Bears system.
That's solid. I
guess, even Fields, who I think is going to be a really, really good quarterback somewhere. Like, he looked like an asshat last year. You know what I mean? And I think he's like an accurate thrower. He's got a good pocket price. Like, he just looked like a piece of shit.
He did. He did not look great.
No,
that's not wrong.
The Bears' offense is traditional.
If you put Fields in like the Patriots system, he would have done as better or as good or better than Mac Jones, I think. But it's just the Bears suck.
Yeah, they are. Do you think Mac Jones is a future stud? Would you put him up there with like Burrow and
oh hell no,
Herbert or any of those guys? No,
Burrow's a dog.
You don't think that Mac's going to be anything?
No.
Okay.
And okay. I hate to say that because I love to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just not, like, personally, if I'm doing the eye test, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I don't know. Belichick, I mean, he just has weird ways with quarterbacks. I feel like he just gets the right quarterback in his system and somehow makes something of him. I don't know. I have some faith in him, but we'll see.
That's how I feel about the Niners.
Is Trey Lance going to be the starter this year?
Oh, no.
No. Are you a Trey Lance fan, or you think there's a future there?
I'm a Jimmy fan.
Okay.
I'm always a fan. I'm always a fan of the Niners starting quarterback. Like when Alex Smith got hurt and they put in Kaepernick, I was like, nah, bring Alex Smith back. Like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And then, like, they got rid of him and I was pissed. And then I was like, shoot, Kaepernick is tight. Like, love him. Yeah. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him. I'm pissed. Like, but then
so were you a
Jimmy
big
G, I'm like,
guy?
Yeah, I love him. No. Yeah, I gotta give it. You gotta give it a year with me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm on. Like, I'm on board.
Yeah.
But Gabbert, I never really got behind him.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
Any other signings or anything else going on NFL wise that you guys wanted to talk through? I'm trying to think if there's any other big signings or anything, any drama going on.
I think the Chargers defense they're gonna lead the league this year in every category. They're signing some big hitters.
Yeah, who'd they all get?
I know they got who was that? J.C. Jackson. He like led the league in interceptions this year.
Yeah.
So you put him back there. So now you got 2 all-pro fucking cornerbacks. You got Bosa coming off one edge. Who did they sign for the other? Oh, Khalil Mack off the other edge.
Against them.
It's like, come on, dude. It's gonna be dumb.
Yeah.
Chargers, another Cali team, man.
Yeah. You could switch now. It'd be recorded.
No way. I had to go for the Rams for the Super Bowl, but
Yeah, that's fair. I was so indifferent this year. I'm like, whoever wins, I'm happy. It's not the Chiefs. It's not Brady.
Yeah, this year I didn't really care. Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up. I know you want to go watch the Lakers and the Wolves. Well, one last thing. So
I know Lakers are probably already down 21.
I didn't want to look. I don't want to ruin the rest of the interview, man. One last thing I did want to talk about. Let's check the Lakers score. It's 10-6. 10-6. There's still hope.
Okay.
Still hope.
Doable.
Yes.
Good.
There is going to be a baseball season. I don't know, Walter, if you pay attention to baseball.
There is going to be a baseball season.
I know you like the Giants a little bit. So there's going to be baseball season.
I was loving the potential of a lockout just because, that would have brought a lot more attention to the Lynx in Minnesota, at least.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Good point. Dang. Well, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Rockies just signed Chris Bryant to a 7-year, $182 million deal.
Baseball money's fake.
Ooh, baseball money's ridiculous. Absolutely insane.
Imagine if the NBA could just do that. It would not be fair at all.
No. LeBron would have a 350, some insane contract.
Who was that? Who got the 10-year or was it 400 million?
Yeah, well, Pujols had a 10-year deal, and then Trout. Was it Trout?
Oh, maybe it was Trout.
It might have been Trout who
Trout
got that last one.
That's a long time to commit to a team, though.
Well, I remember the first time I saw one of those. I think it was Pujols. And I swear it was a 10-year contract. And I was like, holy shit, that is insane to commit to somebody for that long. I was like, just crazy.
Well, think of getting an old Von Miller for 6. It's just as bad.
That's true. That's true. At least baseball players can last a little longer. It's like, God.
Yeah, that's crazy because the average length of an NBA or NFL freaking
linebacker.
Yeah, their career average is 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, and he's well over that already. Plus, that contract. Brewer signed McCutchen. So I don't know, kind of cool there. He's going to be. I believe they're talking DH. Now that there's universal DH. Zach Greinke signed with the Royals, and Fernando Tatis is injured again. He's having surgery, so he's going to be out.
What?
Little while. Yep.
I just saw him at BP. He was hitting dingers.
Surgery on broken left wrist. How do you not get that resolved and fix that? I don't know what he did. He must have tweaked it, but yeah, he's going to be out. I think they said, I want to say 3 months or something like that. So
damn, dude, he's the face of baseball. He's got to get back to where he was.
Yeah, they need him. There's a couple of young studs that they need healthy, and he's one of them. But yeah, he's an exciting dude. But yeah, we're excited. Baseball starts beginning of April.
Are you excited?
I mean, we're
call me in October.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm excited to go to some games, but
I'll give you that. It'd be a fun event
to see what goes on throughout the season.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I guess I never get too excited. There's opening day, you get excited, and then after that, you're like, all right. And then it's are we making the playoffs or are we not?
Catch me in 100 games and let's see where we're
at. Exactly.
Oh God. All right. Well, we can wrap up. We'll let you go watch that Lakers game. Hopefully they can at least make it a close game and keep it close. So you can enjoy kind of both sides. Yeah.
They're winning tonight. You watch.
Probably will.
I guess if the Lakers are going to lose, I want Cat to have 60 points again.
Yeah.
Dude, one last comment on Cat. His voice always throws me off because he's just a giant dude. And they're interviewing him, and they told him how he got 32 points in the third quarter. And he's like, "What?
It's like, what?
32 points?" Just super high pitched. I'm like, does he always talk like that?
Why are you so high?
He's always
he's a big guy, but he is pretty young, I guess.
I guess, yeah. But I was just holy.
They haven't dropped it or what?
I don't know. Just a big dude. I expected something meaner coming out of him. Because you can hear him talking shit I'm gonna block the shit out of you.
Maybe that's why Jimmy Butler owned his ass when he was there.
Because he's got a real deep voice, doesn't he?
It's easy to talk shit to him.
I can't believe that experience didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked while it lasted. We made the playoffs that 1 year.
Yep.
That's true.
Haven't made it since.
Maybe this is the year.
This year.
This is it.
We're back.
That'll be
Patrick Beverly is the sauce. He's the secret sauce.
He's been a pretty good fantasy.
He's
Pat Bev, yeah. He just had like a 60-point fantasy game. I was like, what the fuck? He's still playing?
Jesus.
I just feel like he's a good player, but I didn't think he would contribute anything in fantasy.
I didn't either. I picked him up because I needed a fill-in player, and then I kept him.
Yeah. He's more so like energy in my eyes.
Yeah. I saw him on the free agent list, Cody, a while ago, and I had him on my watch list, and I saw you picked him up, but
I had to.
I was in the same boat. I'm like, I didn't think you would do anything really for fantasy, but good for you, Cody.
I think I dropped him, honestly, at this point.
I don't even know if you're going to make the playoffs anyway, so it probably doesn't matter.
Oh, wait. In which league? One league I'm doing well. One league I don't check anymore.
Oh, yeah. That's probably mine. Whatever. All right. Well, thank you very much, Walter, for joining us. It's great to learn about what you got going on over there. We're excited to plug that on social media and for the people listening to this. So good luck with everything. Obviously, we'll stay in touch and keep us updated on stuff. If you want us to bring any of your clients or anybody you want us to talk to, let us know. We'll have them on anytime. All right.
For sure. We're doing a press run, baby.
Awesome. Let's do it. Awesome.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Take care, man.
Search the game like your name's Steve Urkel.